Hey beautiful souls. So I know I've been kind of MIA for the last week or two. Wesley and I went through kind of like an unexpected sad experience. The last week or two have been like really intense, and so we just needed to take a step back from our social media. Yeah, kind of a roller coaster of emotions. We're okay, but just some big things happened that we're processing. So that's why I haven't been around as much. We're processing through it though, and we are okay. But yeah, that's why we haven't really been around. But I realized that I haven't done a reading for the collective in a while, and I thought I would do that. So I just pulled out the tarot deck. I'm not going to be available on Sundays and Mondays to do videos, so I figured Saturday was a perfect day for that. But whenever you are coming across this video, you're a vibrational match to the message. So whether it's now, a year from now, whenever, 1/11, welcome. If this reading does resonate with you, you can check out the link in my bio to my Etsy shop where I do personal readings. I have readings at all price points, and I also offer channeling sessions. So if that interests you, definitely go check that out. All right, before we get into this reading, let's just take a few deep breaths. Ask what's coming up this week. What is it we need to focus on? What energy is coming through for us? How can we integrate what we need, release what doesn't serve, and all the good stuff. All right. Comment down below. How has your last couple weeks been going? Like I said, I haven't posted in a little bit, so how are you all doing? I love to hear from you. All right, let's see. Wow, 3 of Swords. All right, so it looks like we're not the only ones dealing with some stuff. Has the last week or two been heavy? Are you currently processing through maybe some wounding right now? I just saw 222. How are you all doing? I know we're not the only ones. Yeah, we have 10 of Swords. We need to release. There's been a lot of pressure on us. We have felt overwhelmed by this pressure, I feel. Maybe we're feeling overwhelmed by grief. Maybe we're feeling, you know, like it's too much. But I feel like Spirit's saying, like, we hear you, we recognize you. Whatever isn't serving you right now, let go of. Like, don't let the little things build up on you. If it's not serving your current moment, release it right now, because you need to be focusing on yourself is what I'm hearing. Yeah, we have the Moon card. There are shadows coming up. There is a little bit of a drowning feeling, but this is about things being revealed to us in the right timing as well. Things being in the shadow, things being unknown, and so Spirit's like, yeah, there's going to be some discomfort in that. And then we have this King of Swords in reverse. So we need to be aware of our thoughts. It's very important when you're processing or you're going through a difficult time that you don't let your thoughts run away with you. It's okay to, you know, validate your emotions and things like that, but it's also a brilliant time to remember to meditate. It's in these moments, why? Let me rephrase that. It's for these moments that we practice the meditation, create the habit of conscious, intentional thought, so that when we are going through a more difficult time, we can have that grounding. We can have that habit of understanding that we create our reality, understanding that our thoughts aren't necessarily the true story. Okay, again, then we have this 10 of Wands. We are on this journey, but we've taken on too much. I feel like there could have been some serious pressure on us. Just feeling a lot of pressure. I feel like when I see the 10 of Wands, I feel like pressure externally, but that also you're allowing for yourself to take it on. Like, the pressure is external, but you're kind of internalizing it. And so Spirit's saying, like, hey, it's not working for you, okay? Yeah, and then we have this 2 of Pentacles. We've been very out of balance. And I'm hearing that part of the imbalance is maybe why some of these things are coming up for us that are causing us distress, because we maybe haven't been as focused on our meditation. We haven't been as focused on the things that keep us grounded. And so because we've been kind of all over the place, manifestations that we're not exactly loving we're creating this space for those manifestations to come through because we're not centered. So be aware of that. And then we have this King of Cups. Again, we're kind of letting our emotions run away with us. Are you being wise with your emotions? Are you allowing yourself to be nurtured? Are you stepping into your wisdom around your emotions? Are you letting your emotions express themselves in a healthy way? Or are they coming out in a toxic way? It's time to sit with your emotions, be wise about your emotions, bringing in that king energy. And then I actually just saw this tower on the bottom of the deck here. So things are falling away. There's some serious discomfort, but the wheel is turning, okay? And then I feel like a lot of us feel like we're kind of at the end of our rope for our strength, and so it's time to rest and allow ourselves to renew. We have this Knight of Wands. There is a lot of energy though right now, and I think it's like with all the energy, manifestations are coming through very quickly, I'm hearing. So it's important that we let ourselves process, but again, not getting too caught up in our thoughts and our emotions, because it is going to create another cycle of manifestations that we may or may not be desiring of. Wow, yeah, we have that Three of Swords. We might be creating more discomfort for ourselves because we're, instead of releasing it, getting caught up in whatever it is that is upsetting us, okay? Yeah, keeping ourselves out in the cold. I feel like some of this hurt we may not be letting go of. There might be an aspect of holding on to the hurt, and so it's time to evaluate if that's serving you. And if you're yes, there might be a wound, but are you keeping yourself out in the cold longer than you need to be? And then we have this Ten of Cups. There is joy. I think this is also saying that just because there is something that's uncomfortable doesn't mean you're not on the right path. Oftentimes, whatever we're supposed to learn from that, or moving through that, is actually going to help us get to the joy we want. Abraham says something about sometimes the path of least resistance isn't necessarily the most comfortable, and I think that's a really interesting distinction, which is why they say go with the flow. Sometimes the slower timing is the more enjoyable journey, because we often are trying to rush towards something, and that the shortest path isn't necessarily the most comfortable. We have this Knight of Cups again, not again, but the Knight of Cups is about not being super mature with your emotions, letting them run away with you, not being super clear with your emotions. So I feel like there's a lot of chaos in the mind and emotions right now. So be aware of that. And then we have this Death card in reverse. There may have been some loss recently. You might be being challenged by the fact that there's some releasing happening. And this can be internal, this can be external. When there is a level up, sometimes there is a bit of a birthing process or a bit of a death process, right? And both those can be very painful. I feel like this is because we're not truly stepping into our path on some level. And I feel like some of this might be coming up because it's a little bit of a shock to the system, saying like, hey, if you're not making decisions, if you're not being clear with where you want to go, the universe will bring you clarity. And sometimes it's not necessarily comfortable. So it is time to get focused on what you want to be doing. They say idle hands are the devil's plaything or something like that. So be aware. Where are you being idle? Seven of Wands, bringing your power back to you, bringing that energy back to yourself, centering back in, especially during this wounded time. You can feel very depleted. It's time to, again, you're in this meditative pose, bring back your energy, get into that balanced state. I think we had that Two of Pentacles before. We have this Ace of Wands. There is new energy here, okay? And there's all these new opportunities. And just because something is falling away or there may have been a loss, doesn't mean that it's not, it could be clearing away for something more beautiful, or, maybe that shakeup had to happen so you'd have a different perspective so that the new thing can come in. Our guides in the universe know how to get us to where we want to be, even if we don't see why it's happening. We have this Three of Pentacles, and this is the hobby card, which I think is interesting for me. This is interesting. It just came up after the Eight of Pentacles. I see this as, are you focusing we think of our hobbies as the things we enjoy, but not necessarily the most valid thing to put our time and effort into. And often this can have to do with community, collaboration. I think of, you know, kind of like the spiritual community of like, is there a business you want to start? Are you doing the thing that gives you passion, or are you just working your 9 to 5? So I see Spirit saying like, you know what you want to be doing. Are you not making these decisions to get you there? And, you know, we might be having to stop you in your tracks, having, you know, sort of forcing you to make a decision, you know? And sometimes that can be uncomfortable. Yeah. Getting into your queen energy, creating the life you want, creating the sacred space you want. And that can be in anything, whether it's your relationship, your home, your job. See how powerful she is right here. She knows what she wants. She knows what she's worth. She's calm. She's grounded. And those pentacles is about physical abundance, physical manifestation. So look at her. Look at her. She's gorgeous. Ah, I love her. It's time to get into this energy when it comes to your path, okay? And that's going to look different for everyone. But it's time to own that. And see how serene she was after those kings were upside down? There's a lot of chaotic energy. It's time to get into that queen energy. And we have this Hierophant in reverse here. So it's also important to recognize not getting too stuck in the way you believe things need to be. You know, what we've been told. I think it's time to get into our own personal spirituality. It's not necessarily time to just go listen to someone else. This is a time of recognizing that your path is your path. Your spirituality is your spirituality. It's time to tune into that. We have this Two of Swords. There are some decisions that need to be made. And like I said before, I feel like in some ways the universe is kind of pushing us to make these decisions because there's a certain timeline that is going to be the most magical, and our guides know that. We have that intention, and the universe is supporting us in that. But if we're dragging our heels, it's going to get uncomfortable with those birds. So it's time to take a pause and decide what we want. And then we have this Knight of Swords. Move towards it quickly. All right. There's a lot of energy going on, and I feel like... Whoa, yeah, wow. Jumping. We have this, we are the creator of our own realities with this Magician here, okay? It's important to do that. It's time to stop looking at what we don't have and start focusing on what we do. When there's a loss, it's obviously okay to mourn and be present with that, but don't sit there for too long is what I'm hearing. And then we have this Seven of Swords. It is a time of doing what's best for us, even if others don't quite understand it or aren't sure that, you know, they're feeling it. It's time to get clear on what you want and doing what's best for you. And this, because of this Three of Swords here, again, it keeps coming up. There's a lot of hurt when we deny our inner heart, is what I'm hearing from this. And when we deny our inner heart, we do open ourselves up for manifestations that are gonna feel uncomfortable, okay? And that's going to manifest different for everyone. All right. I'm hearing get clear on what you want, because there could also be, you know, mixed energy in the manifestations. And when there's mixed energy, that doesn't feel good either. And when you have mixed energy in you, you will manifest mixed energy manifestations, mixed energy realities where you will feel torn. Get clear. Again, with that Two of Swords, get clear. All right. I mean, this Ace of Swords, literally, it's the cut the BS card. Get clear, okay? It's time to cut the BS. What do you want? I know that's like a big question, but like really sit with it. Bring your energy back to you. Get in that queen state, that Queen of Pentacles. What do you want? I have this Four of Cups. Be aware of where your lack mentality is sitting, because oftentimes we sell ourselves short because we don't believe we can have what we want. And sometimes it's even our subconscious that's tricking us. We don't even realize it's a limiting belief. Okay, so check your body system. And we have this now Knight of Cups in the upright. Get playful with it. Be real about what you desire. Get honest with yourself, okay? It's okay to have your, you know, your feelings out there. You know, it's okay to acknowledge that you have certain feelings about certain things, okay? Because the sun is right there, okay? Get clear. You can have this. I keep hearing this. There's this mixed energy, and that's what's creating the chaos, okay? And that's what's falling away with that Tower card, okay? All right, I think, ooh, okay. A little bit more. Where did that card go? Oh, it fell into here. Ooh, yeah, let go of the attachments that aren't serving anymore, okay? Let go of those attachments because new stuff is coming in, all right? And we are burdening ourselves by holding on to it. And it is falling away, whether we want it to or not. So you can be along for the ride, or you can hold on to it. Holding on to it is gonna be very uncomfortable. Now we have that Sun card, guys. All right, ooh, one more. Yeah, Hangman. Time to change your perspective on the situation. Where are you limiting yourself? What isn't serving you? It's time to get clear. Take a pause, get clear. It's time to change some perspective on things. Everything is always working out for us, ultimately. You get to decide if you want to be in that mindset or believe that things can go wrong. It's completely up to you, but it will completely change your reality which way you go with that. All right, that is today's reading. Where did my box go? There it is. That is today's reading. Let me know down in the comments if it was helpful, if it resonated. If you would like a personal reading with me, again, head down to my Etsy shop, link in my bio, along with my other social media platforms. Also, shout out to Paul, my newest Patreon supporter. Thank you so much. You are such a blessing. Yeah, it's been a real blessing. So many of you have been so supportive the last year. It's been so amazing. So if you'd like to support me on my Patreon as well, you can go check that out as well. Along with my other social media platforms where I post all kinds of different content. So no matter where you are, you're gonna be getting different content. So definitely go check that out. You're all amazing. Thank you so much for your patience and your love. I'm very thankful for you all. Many blessings. Namaste. And don't forget, it's all about the soul journey. Bye.